Hi, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching, and today with the help of Academy Sports Coach 2024, I want to talk to you about a session that I designed for working on attacking play. So this is something we've been working on with my high school team. We find that we were having trouble with off-the-ball runs and finding shooting opportunities, as well as once we got to the shooter opportunities finishing, but creating opportunities with the off-the-ball runs and the interchange positions. So what we did was we started off our warm-up, and then we went into a series of passing patterns that were pretty dynamic, where we'd have set up here with our sixes. We play a 4-2-3-1, so 6s, 10, 9, 11, 7, and then we kept our 3 and our 2, and then I took my our backup sixes and our center backs and put them on a mirror field on the other side, and the center backs played as the sixes, kind of simulating them going forward. So we just kind of, we did this a couple times this session, and every time we'd keep the same session but vary the passing patterns. So maybe we would go 6 to 10, 10 to 6, and working on the interchange, we'd recognize this when it went to the 10. We'd have the 7, recognize that, cut in to the center of the pitch, and we'd have the 9 cut out. And then we would have back and through and hit with the 7 dragging the outside back in. The 9 would replace that space, and we'd play a ball into what we call the kill zones in these areas, and then we'd have runs from the backside. The 7, who's over here now, would go. 10 gets forward. We're going to get 1-6 as the garbage man, and then the other back would pinch tight. And so we just worked on different passing patterns from here, changed it up, made sure we were looking at different looks. We got input from the players. Players were like, I don't think I can make that run in time. Well, hear what started earlier, or we had one where we skipped a player in the passing pattern because it sped things up. So really try to make it as game-like as possible for them and start having them envision how and where they would be on the pitch to be able to deliver these types of passes. So we worked on the motions there of how we're going to make the runs. Now we wanted to simulate the runs. And what we did was we took a pitch here, we put a goal here, a goal here, and we took dummies, maybe 3 or 4. Hold on, these 2. Here, and the players played in the grid in the middle here. And we went, oops, not him. We went about 77 in a large grid, and they were able to play all the way to the wings. So what we had was possession based here. If you were able to complete if you were able to complete 5 passes, you could play a ball that broke the line here. We had keepers in, but the defense initially was not allowed to enter the grid, the outside grid past the coaching sticks. So let's say this was the 5th pass. We would have a run here, and then we need to stay on sides. So the run here would curl in. The ball could not, once the ball is played, the attacking player can release, and we slotted a ball through here, and you had 2 touches to finish. So that was 5 passes. We were looking to connect to the midfield and then break a line that then went into for a shot. They were 1v1 with the keeper. We were working on finishing in that perspective. Now, to make it difficult, after that, we would move from, hey, no one can enter, to a defender can enter. And we go 1v1 to the keeper. And then from there, we would maybe make it a little bit more complicated and say have the have basically everyone can go, or maybe 2 attackers and 2 defenders, and opening up and looking for different looks. Like if you're looking to get penetration in the box, then the killer passes of a shot. Maybe we have 2. So we have this player run in. The defenders both run in. Oops. The attacking player runs in. The player on the ball runs in. We have a ball, and we have a 2v2 here looking for a slotted pass that's able to break the line and find a finish from this player. So what I did was I had this kind of mirrored. I have about 22, anywhere between 22 and 26, depending who we call it from JV, players to utilize. So we split this into two, and I mirrored it on one side to the other side, and we played this for about 15, 20 minutes. If we didn't have goalies, since we only had two goalies, we were playing 4 games essentially. We had, do they have the hoops in here? Had, you can use cones, but I had little hoops that you could score on. You would 2-touch, and you had to score between that grid. So we're creating targeted shooting. So it's not just, hey, you score a goal, or even like a pug goal. Like, we're looking for specific parts. Or you can put pug goals inside the net to create that visualization of like where you'd be in terms of your positioning and frame. I'd say avoid just using a pug goal here, because we really want them to visualize the goal in front of them, the way they'd be, the angles that they could put the ball in, and things like that. So I think it was really important to us, even though there's no goalie, that they were shooting to a target in the goal, in a full-size regulation goal. What we did from there was we did a full-sided transition game. We set up a goal. No, I can't get this any bigger, but just a full-sided goal just beyond half here. And what we had was I'm going to do 3v3, but we did about 7v7 here. So there's 3 players in yellow on, 3 players in yellow off, goalies, and then 3 players in black on, and 3 players in black off. And we set up all the balls behind the goal here because we needed, one too many. Thought I clicked it. So we had a bunch of balls behind the net, ready to go. So the next team up had a ball that they could quickly go forward and attack. So black team comes up. They're attacking yellow. They get a shot off. Score, goes over, whatever that may be. Immediately, this yellow team comes off, and this yellow team attacks. So the momentum should be carrying these players forward. While they're going forward and attacking, they shoot, the yellow team comes off and is looking for a transition moment. So what we should see generally is what I call a light switch moment, in which the attacking team has now become the defending team has become the attacking team, and we're quickly in that transition mode. So we're looking for the similar runs to what we saw in the first drill. So in the first drill, we were talking about patterns. So maybe we play, players are here. Maybe we play a pass here to break the line initially. This player then makes a run out wide. They receive. This player loops around. And then similar to the last drill we did, breaks a line and runs onto it and slots it. So what we're doing is we're trying to create in the first part visualization of the passing patterns we want to see, of the runs we want to make. In a perfect world, if we had no defenders, this is what we want to have our runs look like. And then we're moving on to, okay, what will that final pass look like from that pattern? And then we're putting the two together in this transition moment where they're making the runs, they're opening things up, and then they're looking for that final killer pass in order to find shots. And from here we go to a scrimmage, and we're looking to see if we can find and utilize those moments in the game, picking them out and saying, hey, that's a perfect moment for this. Or, after the fact, like, hey, what could we have done from the passing pattern? Like, how could we integrate some of the things we learned in the passing pattern into that attack we just had in a full-sided scrimmage 11v11? So, yeah, I'd love to know some of the things you do to get your players to work this way and for attacking runs. I think sometimes passing patterns can be boring. It can be tedious. I do enjoy them and try to make them a little more dynamic. So one of the things I like to do is add one player at a time, so they're attacking against 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4 until we get to 11v11 to up the difficulty and up the realism of the attacking patterns. But I'd love to hear some of the things you do to make the teaching part of that a little more exciting, a little more dynamic for the players. So once again, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching and with the help of Academy Sports Coach 2024. I hope this session finds you well.